I really hate these cliffhangers. I really, really, really despise the cliffhangers on Parasyte. Like, they're god-awful. Like, they're just, they're nasty. It just, why does Parasyte do this? Every single week, we come here to watch, like, an episode of Parasyte on Crunchyroll or whatever, and when we watch it, the episodes feel like 4 or 5 minutes. Time we're done, it gives us a big-ass cliffhanger and it pulls a middle finger at us. Like, I hate the cliffhangers. I really do. I really, really do. So, this episode, once again, so enjoyable, it felt like it was 5 minutes. Usually, that's how every episode of Parasyte usually feels. So, this episode of Parasyte, the cliffhanger we're left on, Reiko is most likely getting killed by her own parasites because she is a threat. So Reiko is being targeted because she is quite different from the other parasites, and this has been foreshadowed quite a few times through the journey of Parasyte because, you know, we've had Reiko go to classes to learn more about motherly instinct and stuff like this, so we know these changes were happening to her, especially with the emotions and the way she tried to laugh and stuff like that. Speaking of the laugh, oh my god, Miki, you are the second best laugher in this series. Like, that was the realest laugh ever. Miki. Fucking A, man. That like, that was his laugh. Like, just like, fuck, man. Like, his laugh, the face, oh my god, the just realest laugh ever. So, anyways, get back on topic. So, Reiko is being targeted in this episode, which was kind of obvious. I mean, she's starting to diverge from the regular Parasyte thinking, and so the other parasites are viewing her as a threat, a danger, because it seems like her goals and her, you know, survival instincts are kind of shifting. It's like she's becoming more of a human or mother, and this is where, you know, the overall foreshadowing of the motherly instinct and the human instinct kind of kicking in and taking over the parasites. So this has all been foreshadowed and built up, and so I'm glad to see it's taking a very interesting direction, because I wonder what Reiko is really going to do. I mean, if she does have these motherly instincts, it makes me question, is she going to try to help out Izumi? I mean, is she going to try that? I mean, she has a child, and we know for a fact she's starting to care for her child, and so I wonder if she's going to go out of her way to try to join Izumi and Migi to be able to protect her child. So, besides that, let's move into the other details. So, one massive setup that's been going on for the past couple episodes, and it finally has became a main central plot point with this episode, has been revealed. So, this dude, this, you know, inspector that's been going around watching Izumi since, you know, last episode he said he quit and stuff like that. Well, in this episode, the parasites go off and try to kill him and his family, and they kind of fuck up, and the dude survives. And so, with this aspect of the story's plot point, it pretty much lets us know that this dude now has a motive. He has a motive for vengeance, and he also has a motive to reveal Izumi's secret, and also reveal anything he knows about the parasites, and also get revenge against, you know, Reiko, because, you know, she was his partner, and he knows that she gave the information to the other parasites to kill his family, so he is going to come after Reiko, most likely her child. And so this might actually change some aspects of Reiko's character if her child gets killed by this dude. But anyways, the thing was, okay, with this dude's setup, Izumi's secret is getting closer and closer to being revealed to everybody out in the world. Because, I mean, you have to worry, he's skipping school. His father is pretty much ran away from the house, and so is Izumi, because he told his father in this episode, you need to get away from the house, father. You need to get away now, because there's another monster that killed mom coming after the house, like coming after you and me. So, his father most likely is going to start pinpointing the dots, and he's going to figure something out, or most likely he's going to talk with the inspectors and investigators and stuff that's currently investigating parasites, and they most likely are going to pin the dots of Izumi, since he's being technically investigated, along with, you know, how this dude, this partner with Reiko, was hunted down and, you know, pretty much almost killed. They're going to start connecting the dots to Izumi, and Izumi might actually get blamed for the events upcoming. For instance, you know, the death of the inspector's family. Izumi might get blamed for that, which would be pretty fucked up if it does. The thing is, okay, this episode has a lot of exposition. Like, there is a lot of exposition, and majority of watchers, when they first come into this episode, like I normally do, I come with my mind completely active, but I did not expect the massive amount of exposition in the middle of that fight with Miki versus Izumi. I did not expect that amount of exposition, because there's just so much dropped upon me. I'm like, holy shit. Now, most likely I missed a couple of details from that fight, because I only watched it once, but the thing was, with that fight, we find out that the Parasyte Miki that was the head, the main control base, he was controlling all the other parasites, and he only can control 3 parasites. But there was actually a total of 5 parasites inside of the body. So, the thing was, Miki and this other dude, pretty much the other dude that was revealed multiple episodes back, the main dude, he gets on top of the head, and he actually can control all 5 parasites. So, it's kind of like, you know, different minds are trying to merge into one. And so, Miki was only able to control, like, you know, like half of his actual power of the entire body, 3 parasites, while you had it to where this other dude, he gets on top, and he's like, oh, I could use all 5, and he was actually manipulating his arms, his legs, you know, it's fucking ridiculous. So this dude is insane. Like, he proves certain things I was wondering for quite a long time. He manipulated his legs to where they were like roller skates. I'm like, oh, shit. And then you have the entire aspect of how he was manipulating his arms while roller skating. That's different parasites all at once this dude was controlling. So it shows you the, you know, mental capacity of this parasite guy. Like, it really does. He's able to control these many parasites at once while being able to attack and think and move. So, this dude is a monster. Straight up a monster. But there's other things you could play on top of this, too. With the different parasites all merged into one, the dude's head got cut off. Like, Izumi and Miki cut off this dude's head, Miki. Completely detached. But it did not kill the body, which was even more disturbing if you think about it. I mean, a couple episodes back, we saw the exact same parasite, if I'm correct. He was fighting, and he got shot all over the place, and, you know, his head got bashed in, and he was fine. So it was foreshadowing to this event that he's completely different from other parasites. But where is the real vital point that kills the entire body? Because if this dude, you know, that's the new head of the body, if he technically got cut off, the body doesn't die. Another parasite just merges onto it. So it's kind of fucked up if you think about it. So, I wonder how they went about that. Anyways, moving into other details of this episode, you have it to where you got Izumi and Migi trying to figure out tactics while they're fighting, and Migi, for the most part, once again, he's showing a lot more human compassion for Izumi. Like, it's clear as day, it's obvious, it's just so obvious if you watch the development, it's so obvious that Migi has changed a lot, like, radical change from how he began, and he's starting to show that. And more things on top of this, too. In this episode, we have, once again, another inner dream sequence going on inside of Izumi, and I feel like this is foreshadowing and set up for future things to come. Like, last episode, we saw what looks to be, like, inside of Izumi's brain, like, inside of his own head, and we saw whatever this looked like to be, like an exoskeleton or like a skeleton of Migi eating on Izumi's brain. And in this episode, we see that form once again, and Izumi says, like, what are you? You don't look like Migi out in the outside. And then, you know, this Migi inside of him says, oh, no, you ask that every single time. This is the 16th time you've been here and talked about this. You've always start with this exact same conversation. So, this has been going on repeatedly, multiple times, like 16 plus times. And this is definitely really Migi he's talking to in his brain. When he goes into a dream state, he actually sees, like, the inner cells, I'm guessing, with Migi inside of his brain, and all these cells that, you know, are traveling through his body actually do have a thinking consciousness. But from what we find out from slight dialogue is that he still can't communicate with his other cells. So it's kind of like there's different parts of Migi in one. Like, these other Migis are, like, different from the Migi that we see out inside on the hand. Like, they have a different, you know, brain process. So most likely, the Migi inside of Izumi's brain might be trying to actually go after his brain. Because there has been foreshadowing to that for quite a while now. Because I remember earlier on, has Migi actually infiltrated his brain. And so, that's what I'm starting to think is going on here. Maybe this Migi is trying to take over Izumi's brain. So, episode. It was a really good episode. A lot of exposition, a lot of setup, a lot of foreshadowing, and the main setup that's going on here at the end of the episode is Reiko being targeted by her fellow parasites, and the investigator dude most likely revealing the secret of Izumi, and going to be actually hunting down Reiko, most likely her child. So there's a lot of things going on here. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.